Because many of us watching this video are pastors or ministers who are seeking to be a part of our KISD crisis response team, of course we're going to talk once again about integrating spirituality. And this will usually happen within the normalization and the adaptation pieces of our response phase. And so when we speak of integrating spirituality and we start to ruminate on receptive expectations that students have with regards to talking about faith, and we determine that it's a place that we can go to. There may be questions that students have that are faith-based, or concerns that they have that may need to be normalized by us. There may be guilt associated with questioning, for instance, how God might allow this type of thing to happen. There may be questions with reasons for things, and we can't answer all of those questions. We're never going to fully be able to answer why anything really happens, and I don't think it's our job to do so. However, it is our job to help to normalize what they're feeling. And so if there is a sense of anger or guilt directed towards one or more person's spiritual place, and they are wanting to talk about it, in my mind, it is best to simply help them to understand that it's good to ask these questions, and it's okay to have this push and pull, and then help lead them into conversations with how to come to terms with the confusion, because it is confusing. That's the matter of fact, and we're not going to put all the pieces of the puzzle together today. If appropriate, you may say, hey, let's talk about this more back at my church or in the place of worship. We also want to validate where they are, not only emotionally but cerebrally. So a lot of times your highly intelligent students will get caught up in their own thoughts, and they'll seek to analyze or even overanalyze any situation, especially as it pertains to religion. A lot of times it is fueled with emotion. So we want to validate not only that they're experiencing emotions that probably they are less familiar with. We are less familiar with those difficult ones, but also their cognitive, their thoughts, their internal thoughts regarding how to make sense of things, how to logically reason, because the confusion that we feel in the midst of a crisis is a tough place to be in. It's not easy to wade in those waters of confusion. And so while we won't be able to eliminate all confusion, we want to acknowledge it, and we want to maybe help line out one piece of the picture that the student is finding confusing. Okay, so this is the final slide of our third module. It's a short, or third session. It was a short session because we were just finishing up with normalization. This is a preview for our final session, our fourth session, and it is going to be focused on helping students to adapt. We will cover information gathering, teaching coping skills, and making appropriate referrals. So we're identifying their needs and current concerns, and then we're moving on those. And also we'll be covering the intervention or the crisis response intervention in the broad context as well. So we're kind of covering it. We're going into adaptation, and we're covering it in the broad sense. So this is going to be your final session. Look forward to seeing you there.